Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about a potential trade for the Houston Texans. As Clutch Points just made an article a couple of days ago saying that the Houston Texans should trade for Arizona Cardinals wide receiver Marquise Brown, also former star wide receiver for the Baltimore Ravens, to be potentially C.J. Stroud's number one wide receiver. I mean, I'm not saying the Texans shouldn't do this trade, but could you imagine a C.J. Stroud offense with Marquise Brown, Tank Dell, Nico Collins, and Robert Woods, and then you also have additional wide receivers like John Mechie. You also have other additional wide receivers like John Mechie and Noah Brown, and not only that, you also have Xavier Hutchinson as the seventh wide receiver. I mean, just that offense of Stroud at quarterback, Marquise Brown, Tank Dell, and Nico Collins, and even Robert Woods as your wide receivers, and Noah Brown and John Mechie as backups, and Dameon Pierce at running back with Singletary as the backup running back, and Dalton Schultz as the starting tight end, and Laremy Tunsil at left tackle, also Shaq Mason on the offensive line, and Titus Howard, and Juice Scruggs eventually once he's healthy on the offensive line with some other veteran offensive linemen, and then a good defense that is led by head coach DeMeco Ryans with Will Anderson Jr. and Derek Stingley Jr. And Will Anderson Jr. I call them the Junior brothers, and Jalen Petrie, who's going to have, in my opinion, a Pro Bowl season. Last season, I think he could have been a Pro Bowl selection last year as in his rookie season. I think he's going to be even better I think he's going to be even better in his second season. Also, Christian Harris with the linebacker core, adding in former Pro Bowler linebackers Corey Littleton and Denzel Perryman, who I think will be great for this linebacker core, adding in former Pro Bowler Jimmy Ward as well to the defensive back group, having Steven Nelson, a vet in the secondary as well, who's expected to have a great season. This defense led by DeMeco Ryans with also other pieces like Jonathan Grenard, Jerry Hughes, Malik Collins, Sheldon Rankins, Hassan Ridgeway. This defense is going to be really solid. It's probably going to be a top 15 defense in the NFL, if not top 12, with DeMeco Ryans leading that defense I just leaded right there. And then you added Marquise Brown as another wide receiver for the Houston Texans and rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud. It would be dangerous. The only thing I really would be concerned about is adding in Marquise Brown is like you have so many wide receivers already. Adding in another guy is just taking away some playing time for some of your younger guys, right? So if you added Marquise Brown, you're not going to really see Tank Dell, Nico Collins, or Robert Woods, start to lose playing time. You're going to start to see guys like John Mechie, Noah Brown, and Xavier Hutchinson start to lose playing time at the wide receiver position. And I think Marquise Brown would be a target for the Texans because the Texans kind of need a little bit of a true wide receiver one. I think Tank Dell eventually could be a wide receiver one for the Texans, but in his rookie season, I don't know about that. And as of Nico Collins and Robert Woods, they're great wide receivers. They should be great targets for C.J. Stroud in his rookie year. I just don't really know if I see them as wide receiver ones either. But they're really solid wide receivers. But Marquise Brown, look at the team he's on in the Cardinals. They are tanking. They are trying to get rid of everybody that is assetable. They traded Isaiah Simmons for a 6th-round pick. It was a 7th-round pick in 2024. They released DeAndre Hopkins. They've been trying to move Budda Baker was trying to get out of Arizona. Now they could be potentially looking to get rid of Marquise Brown as well. And maybe the Houston Texans can get him for cheap with Arizona looking to tank. But yeah, I would love to add him in the offense. The only thing I'm just worried about is, some of your wide receivers that you've seen some good stuff from during training camp and preseason, like John Mechie and Noah Brown, and especially Xavier Hutchinson, would lose playing time at that wide receiver position for Marquise Brown to come to this team. All right, let's go over Marquise Brown's stats in his career. This season with the Cardinals, 12 games, 10 starts, 107 targets, 67 receptions, 710 receiving yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. 2021 with the Ravens, his best season, 16 games, 16 starts, 146 targets with 91 receptions, 1,010 receiving yards, and 6 receiving touchdowns. With the Ravens in 2020, 16 games, 14 starts, 100 targets, 58 receptions, 770 receiving yards, and 8 receiving touchdowns. 2019 with the Ravens, 14 games, 11 starts, 71 targets, 46 receptions, and 7 receiving touchdowns. Let's see if he had any rushing yards. Not really. In his career, he only has 7 rushing yards. So, yeah. I mean, should the Texans add him in? You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I would love for the Texans to add him in and be the wide receiver 1 with C.J. Stroud alongside, Marquise Brown. Tank, you in the wide receiver group, here's how it would look like. You would have Marquise Brown, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, you'd have Marquise Brown. Here's the order of the wide receiver depth if Marquise Brown comes to Houston. Marquise Brown, Nico Collins, Robert Woods, Tank Dell, John Mechie, Noah Brown, Xavier Hutchinson. And you'd have to go with 7 wide receivers on the roster. I don't know if the Texans pull the trigger on him because, if you trade for him, it's not going to be expensive to bring him in, but the thing is you're going to lose some of your other wide receivers that you really like are going to lose some playing time at that position. But I would think it would be a great addition for the Houston Texans to maybe put them over the top. Honestly, I think if I'm the Texans, this could be a potential trade deadline target if you're Houston. I honestly think this might not be a trade to pull the trigger on now. Maybe this is a trade that you try to make happen at the trade deadline, but we'll see. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out. Go Texans.